What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. I got a pretty good one for you guys today. We're going to be color matching some fender flares on my 09 to 14 F-150. I got a couple comments saying that you guys wanted me to do a video on this process. I'm super new to this process, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So before I run into Advanced Auto here and get the supplies that I need, I'm actually going to watch a couple videos and try to get a good idea of what I need before I go in there. Hopefully this is a good video for you guys and a good educational, informational video for you guys. So if you guys are interested in color matching plastics on any of your vehicles, hopefully this helps. So pick you guys back up, most likely in the shop or in the car once I get everything. Not really sure yet, so stay tuned for that. And let's get started. Alright guys, just arrived at the shop. Had to do a few things before I got in here. The first thing that I'm going to have to do though is it is still a little cold outside and this shop needs to get a little more warm for me to be able to paint these parts. So I've got to get a fire started here so I can get the temperature rose a little bit. That way this paint's going to stick a little bit better. If it's cold and kind of damp, the paint's just not going to go so well. So I'm going to start a fire, get it a little more warm. So I'm going to paint all the parts like right in front of the wood stove, so it should be pretty warm pretty quick once I get it going. I got to do that first. Hang with me and let me do that. Okay, so here's the box that my fender flares came in. Honestly, if you guys cut this box out right, you should be able to set it down and it'll be a very good spot where you can paint your stuff on. I don't have anything that's raised up where I can paint them off the ground, so I'm gonna have to do it on the ground, but it should be okay. So just get some cardboard or plastic or whatever it takes. That way you're not getting paint all over the place. This shop, honestly, really dirty, so if I get some paint a little bit of everywhere, it should be okay. If your garage is like pristine, I would recommend like plasticking everything off and making sure that you have no overspray whatsoever. So I'm gonna get these fender flares laid out and cut the box up, and hopefully it should give me enough cardboard to put on the ground. That way I'm not going to be spraying over everything. And then if I don't have enough, I have a couple sheets right there. So let's do it. Alright guys, before I get started on getting everything prepped for paint on these fender flares, I'm going to run you through everything that I got so I can achieve this color match on my fender flares. So essentially, since it's a textured plastic, the first step you want to do is you want to sand out all of the texture on the plastics and get it as smooth as you possibly can so there's no inconsistencies. How I'm going to do that is I picked up some 320 grit sandpaper. Honestly, just don't get like something that's going to just scuff everything up. You just want to lightly sand it. You just want all the texture to be smoothed out. So don't go overkill and get like a high grit or a low grit. I don't even know how sandpaper actually works. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to hit your fender flares or whatever texture plastic you're painting. You're going to hit that with an adhesion promoter. Basically, it does exactly what the name says. I'm going to hit it with an adhesion promoter. Make sure those plastics are, you know, able to adhere and get everything and get all the paint on there so it's not chipping off and yada yada. So after I hit that with the adhesion promoter, I'm going to hit it with a primer sealer. So basically that's the primer for the paint. So the adhesion promoter just makes it, I guess, tacky. I don't know if that's the best term to use, but basically it makes that plastic as tacky as possible for this primer sealer, and that's going to basically seal all those inconsistencies that this adhesion promoter has put down. And then after that, you're actually going to spray this probably a couple times. I don't really know how much it's going to take. And then you're going to hit it with your base coat. This could take a few coats, I would imagine. So I actually don't know if I'm going to have enough base coat. So once I lay all of it down on the plastics, I'll get another one. And hopefully it turns out well. And this is kind of a big trial for me, so I'm a little nervous, but I think we should be okay. And then after I get enough base coat on it and I think it looks good, then you're going to let that dry, of course, and then you're going to hit it with a clear coat. I have a couple different options here. This came with the base coat, or you can just get like a 1K clear. Make sure it's gloss finish. If you want a matte finish, I don't know why you would, but if you want a matte clear finish, you can get that too. But then you're going to hit it with a clear coat, and honestly, you should be done, and they should look good. And if they don't, go watch a different video. I'm not your guy. So I'm gonna give it my best shot, like I do everything. If you guys don't remember, and you guys have been here since I started the channel, I painted all the plastics on my four-wheeler, and that was really hard, and that actually held up pretty well. And it, for the most part, I think it's doing well. I don't know. Obviously, I don't have that anymore, but for the time that I had it when it was painted, I power washed it and everything was fine. So just take your time, make sure you're not like rushing anything, make sure everything's drying, just prep your stuff, and you should be good to go. I am really impatient, so this is going to be a really long process for me, but I'm going to pick you guys up, and I'm going to probably set you guys on the ground. I know it's probably not the best angle, but I'll do a time lapse of kind of each step that I do. If you guys have any questions through the process of this, feel free to hit me up on social media, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find me. I don't really get on TikTok that much, so Instagram DMs are probably the best. You guys can comment on this video. Hopefully I help you guys out enough where you guys are going to want to color match your fender flares. And if I did help you guys, please hit that like button. And then if you're really feeling generous, please hit the subscribe button, because I'd really appreciate that. Let's get started, and hopefully this goes well. So if it doesn't, again, I'm not your guy. Oh, alright guys, so hopefully you can see me. Obviously, like I said, the first step is we're going to sand all these down. If you guys have an orbital sander or like a palm sander or anything that's going to help you sand, obviously don't like put pressure down. It is plastic, so it's going to eat away pretty quick, and it shouldn't take too much. But if you do have one of those tools to help you speed this process up, you guys can absolutely use any of those tools. Alright, this is going to go pretty well. I'm going to pick you guys up when I am done sanding all these down, and I'll kind of show you what the finish is that you're looking for, or at least what I think I'm looking for, and I'm going to show you guys what I think you should look for as well. So, see you guys then. I just got done sanding these down, so basically what you want it to look like is just like a little bit of a light gray color. That should be sufficient enough. I don't know if you guys can pick up on that, so yeah, you just want to sand them smooth, of course, and that should be good. Don't overdo it, but obviously make sure you sand enough. So don't overdo it, but don't underdo it. So I'm going to clean all these up. One thing that I did not mention is get like rubbing alcohol works, or if you guys have some like, so if you guys have any like this stuff right here, it's just like paint prep. Basically, just get a washcloth or a cloth or even some shop rags and just wipe off all the dust off of those, so no dust gets in your paint. And then I'm going to set you guys up, and we're going to spray our first coat of Adhesion Promoter. The thing about Adhesion Promoter is it does come out clear, so it is kind of hard to notice. So just take your time and make sure you're going left to right, right to left, whatever it may be. Just make sure you're covering everything that you need to cover. Alright guys, just put 1 coat of Adhesion Promoter on. Should be enough. I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to come back with my primer sealer. I don't know how many coats this is going to take. Probably 1, maybe 2. So I'll pick you guys back up when it's time to lay some primer sealer. So let's wait till then. Alright guys, I'm going to let that dry and then I might hit it with a base coat. If not, I'm going to leave it overnight, come back in the morning and hit it with a base coat. So, whew, that's a lot of work. My hand is sore, my thumb and my fingers. So, yeah, 1 can of this, barely got it done, but it did. So, you guys could go with 1 can. If not, 2 is not going to hurt. So, yeah, I'll pick you guys up when I'm about to put the base coat on. I think my primer sealer has dried, so it's time to lay our first layer of base coat. I'm really nervous about this, but I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to start shooting and spraying. Also, before this video ends, I do have the giveaway winner. We're going to draw it at the end of the video. If you guys did enter that giveaway that I put on, it ends today. And I'm going to be drawing the winner, like I said, at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. If you guys did get entered, your name's probably in the little roulette wheel and I'll spin it and we'll see who wins and then I'll get in contact with the winner. So stay tuned till the end of the video so you guys can see the winner of that. And I'm going to put the camera down and we're going to start shooting some base coat. I'm super nervous for this, but let's get it. Wow, I only got 2 done, but they look fantastic. So now I have to wait to get more paint. And I don't know how long that's going to take because obviously I'm going to want to order the same paint that I got right here. So yeah, it's definitely going to take at least 2 things of this. I didn't really expect that because 1 can went a long way with all the other stuff, but with this stuff, I guess not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry probably overnight actually. And I'll come back in the morning and hit it with a bunch of coats of clear and it should be good. And then honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'll probably just leave them here and just wait to get paint. It'll probably come in a week and it didn't take that long. So another option is I could call an auto parts store. My only concern is I don't want to stray away from this because I don't want it to have some inconsistencies. So it looks like Ford Tuxedo Black, so I can't complain with that. I'll pick the camera up and show you guys. You guys probably aren't going to be able to pick up on it, but it looks good. Once I get it in the sun, I'll show you guys how it turned out. It definitely is Ford Tuxedo Black. It looks good. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to pick the giveaway winner. Hopefully that should give you guys a better idea of how to color match your stuff. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Let's pick this giveaway winner. Alright, so I have all the names right here pulled up on this little roulette wheel. So I'm just going to click it a bunch of times. Every time I click it, it makes that noise. So let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Shane Huffman. Shane, you won a We the People Holsters holster and some gear from We the People Holsters. I'll be sending you a DM. I can get your shirt size and your size. You're going to get some Biggs World gear and some other stuff. So congratulations, Shane. You won my first ever Biggs World giveaway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that helped you guys at least a little bit on how to color match your stuff. And I appreciate all your guys' support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.